So what is up guys, Nick here helping you to master your technology, and welcome to 10 super useful iPhone apps for 2018. Now, it really doesn't matter which iPhone you have, from the cheapest iPhone to the most premium iPhone, it will work on any of those phones. This is iOS after all, and the reason I'm creating this video is because these applications actually add to the experience of using your iPhone. They're very useful and practical applications, I feel, for the iPhone. So the first one is Prime. Now, you must be an Instagram user to even make real use of this, which I'm sure most of you are Instagram users. Prime, you log in with your Instagram account and it will tell you the most popular times to post on your channel or on your Instagram feed, which is pretty awesome because now you have an actual statistic that's telling you, okay, here's when's the best time to post for your iPhone. You can also schedule posts here and have it post automatically for you. If you're going to be busy and you want to post something on Instagram, schedule it out and boom, you're good to go. Very productive stuff there. Also, to show you some analytics of what's the most popular post on a certain day. If you're doing multiple posts or over the week, you can see previous, average, and you can see how your current posts are doing on analytics. So pretty awesome application there in Prime. Next up is battery life. So with all the controversy with the Apple iPhone battery life being horrible, this battery life app will actually tell you the capacity on your battery life, and it is spot on because I went to the Apple store and checked an iPhone 7 previously, and it was actually exactly what this battery app was saying. So over here on this hamburger menu, you can see you have your wear level, runtime, history chart, and some other stuff down here you could share on social media. But really the raw data is what I like to look at, and really what you want to look at here is the capacity. So right now, this is an iPhone 8 Plus. I'm operating at 100% capacity on this battery, meaning that I haven't drained any of it in terms of its health. But if your battery is actually suffering, it will show that you've drained, you'll have like 87% or 80% of the capacity of the battery. That'll tell you that you need to start thinking about changing it when you get to under like 50%. So I would recommend, if you see this under like 75, 60%, you might want to go think about changing it at Apple. But anything higher than like 80, you should be good. It will also show you your battery charge, and if we go over here, it'll show you what applications, what things you can do and how long you can run on this current capacity that you do have on your iPhone. So it's a pretty awesome application. It's called Battery Life here. I'll leave links to all these applications down below in the description. Next up is another social media based app, Focalmark. So Focalmark, what this does is it basically generates hashtags for your Instagram. Now, hashtags might not be the only thing that matters when you are, growing your Instagram page or anything like that, but they do play a role. So you can go ahead and choose, the type. You got, film, family, fine art. You got a bunch of stuff in here. You can also search for whatever you're posting, and then we're going to go back here and we're going to go to location. You can post location, select the camera, and you could just generate hashtags. So I didn't actually select nothing. So let me go to select. Let's say we're going to do an automotive post. And you can see you can, pick stuff from here. So let's pick Olympus, for example, and generate some hashtags. And you can see right there, if you go like this, you can choose a number of hashtags, 25. You can go up to 30, but I recommend 29 if you are going to use hashtags, 19 right there, for example. And then you just copy to the clipboard and then go to Instagram and post them in there. So it's a pretty cool application for people who aren't, know all the hashtags to post. Check out Focalmark for your iPhone. It could help you out a bunch. So while the weather app on iPhone is pretty fantastic, I feel one of the best on phones, some people, might be a little bit bored of this weather app and want a little bit more of a simple weather app, and that's where Today Weather comes in. So under Today Weather at number 4, you can see that it just shows you a really big card. It shows kind of like a picture of what's going on today. 58 degrees, cloudy in Chicago here. It'll tell you like a short little description of what's going on. If you scroll down, you could see the real feel, the humidity, the visibility, dew point, all that stuff, and just a little chart of what's coming up. It's really simple. I mean, the only downside to this application really is that there's some ads inside of it. They're not that intrusive though, so I still recommend Today Weather for a simple, clean weather application that actually I think is easier to use and read than the iPhone app. Because the iPhone app, you kind of got to get in there and dig in those analytics hourly and daily, and you got to look at all this stuff in here, and it's just a lot to take in. Whereas you just pop into Today Weather and you got one card with a little description of what's going on for that day. Number 5, if you are pretty into tech, you would know this exists on iPhone. But if you didn't know, that whole OK Google thing that people do on Android? Well, you can do that here on the iPhone as well by downloading this Google search app, and you could just say, okay, Google, and it will respond just like an Android phone. Again, the only downside is you actually have to go into the app on iPhone to use it, But when Siri's not cutting it for you, you do have the option to use the Google Assistant here for the iPhone. So that's number 5. I know some of you probably already know this, but for those of you who don't, you can use that here for iPhone, which can be a great search assistant help if you're not liking what Siri's offering up. Do you travel a lot? Because if you do, Kayak's got your back on this app in number 6. It's a super useful application when you are booking a trip or anything. Like, for example, I'm gonna be going to, Chicago to LA later this year. And if I go into here, if I just click this, it'll show me like upcoming flights and all that, and really big cards, very easy to understand. You could pick best duration, stuff like that. If we go over to hotels, I can also find hotels near LA if I want, and I could call them. It'll give you all the information. This is a lot easier than trying to sift through Google and do all that research. It's just all laid up here in this app really nicely. So check out Kayak if you are booking your next trip. It could help you out a lot. Some people might use Expedia, but I find Kayak to be a little more simple to use than that application. Next up is WhatTheFont. So really, what is this app? So just like Shazam can find music when you're like looking around, if you see a font outdoors and you want to use your camera to locate that font, for example, I don't know if it's going to get it right now. Sometimes it doesn't get it, but I'm going to try to, snap a picture of this Sony font right here on the iPhone, and it's going to try to locate this font. So it's checking for the text and let it check. Now I'm going to crop it really quickly. I'm going to show the application what text I do want here out of this photo. So I go like so, and then I'm just going to hit this, and it's going to try to locate fonts that are at least pretty similar to that font. If it can't, sometimes it'll make some weird things, but if you get a pretty clear font, that wasn't a great example, but if you get a pretty clear font, it will locate a very similar font to what you're looking for. So that's WhatTheFont. Check it out if you often see fonts and you're like, I want to use that font, but I don't know what type that is. This could be a great application for you. Who needs college anymore when you could basically learn anything on your smartphone with the Udemy application? Yes, the courses are $10 here and there, but that's relatively cheap when you think about it. I mean, let's go into featured content here. $11.99. The kind of skill sets and knowledge you can acquire from the Udemy application is stunning compared to what you're going to pay for your university and stuff like that. And this is usually from people who are already skilled in their career and what they're doing. So definitely recommend it if you want to learn some skills here on Udemy, get some knowledge around what you're doing. For example, you want to make a YouTube channel. Let's go to how to make YouTube videos. Let's go here and how to make YouTube videos. And there's going to be a bunch of classes and courses of people who've taught you how to make YouTube videos and how to set it up and SEO stuff and all that good stuff. So great application for you learners out there who refuse to stop learning. Number 9 is a simple percentage off. It's like off of. So off of. So we're gonna do the percentage right here. So what is the percentage of? So let's say I want to find 50% of 600, for example, 300. So that's a pretty simple calculation. But if you don't know how to do percentages and stuff like that, you got sales tax, things like that, you get a percentage on your interest or stuff like that. You're just like, what are you talking about? This application can help you out to really just find that number super quick without trying to learn how to do it on your own calculator. So off of, so it's basically called that. So it's a pretty cool application for figuring out percentages. Number 10 is 9. So what is 9? Well, this is basically a note-taking application for visual learners. So do you like to take pictures and that's how you remember stuff? Well, this app has got your back. So you can just snap a photo. So I snapped a photo of some cameras and some lenses here. I hit the check mark, and then I'm gonna write camera, lenses, camera lens. Let's just put camera lens. And then you could write, it gives you an option. Do you want to do this? Go here, buy this. Listen, let's say we're gonna buy some lenses. So we're just gonna hit buy, hit the check mark. You want to add a reminder? Nah, not right now. And bam, it'll just have a visual note for you of how, what you're gonna do. So instead of, writing down things with words, which can be, confusing sometimes when you're already reading a bunch of stuff on all the other applications that have a bunch of text in them, this visual application can give you a quick, easy note to remember here right in the 9 application. So, and this is a free app. Actually, all these applications here are free, and they'll all be linked down below in the description area of this video. If you found an app you never discovered here, or you found this video helpful, enjoyable, do me a favor, click that like button for me. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more. I got S9 and S9 Plus content coming soon. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well. I will catch you all in the next episode, and peace.